Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In a polite social encounter, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. So this is actually pretty interesting because I actually just recently did this. So I don't do this too often. Just honestly, I just don't have the time. And as much as it's been fun to like have rivals and all this other stuff, you also have to grow a business at the same time. But I absolutely keep tabs on my rivals all the time. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what their business models are. I want to know what their software they're coming out. I want to know what weed they're growing. I want to know what artists they've hired. I want to know all those things. The way to do it is to be friends with them so that they tell me. It's the easiest way, right? Okay, let's get it. Why do I do this to myself? So it's way easier. And this is a rule that we talked about before, but sink down in you. But it's way easier to get information from your enemies if they're your friend. So this is kind of the thing before, like we talked about, where if you pose as their friend, you're really just spying on them. You're getting information, and they're volunteering it to you because, oh, look, we're friends. Or they want to be cordial or whatever, and they don't realize that the information they're giving you is actually helping you. So one example that I just recently did was, and again, not necessarily a bad thing, but I did an interview for a podcast for my security company with this guy who's founder of another company who is a direct rival of where I want to be. He doesn't know that yet. He thinks we're in the same area, like workforce and everything, but he doesn't see me as a threat. One, because I'm super small compared to him, and two, we're not really making the software and everything that they're doing right yet, so we don't look like a threat. And it's understandable. So every time we talk to him, he's always eager to tell us about what his company's doing, how good he's doing, what they're working on, all this kind of stuff. So I just had a podcast interview, and I asked him a ton of questions about his business and his product and how it works and this and that. And he's all giving me all the information, which is great. Makes his company look good, but also I'm getting really valuable information as to how I need to build my company and how I need what flaws and gaps they have in their software that ours can accomplish. So I'm getting tons of information. So that's where something like this really comes into play. Now, you can't always do it yourself, but if you can, it really drops people's guards. Because if you're super nice to them and whatever, it's we're not enemies. There's a couple other companies that I would say. There's one in particular that is kind of like my nemesis, even though I'm actually friends with the CEO of the company, which is even weirder. I was actually supposed to be part of that company, but I talk to him. I'll walk up to him all the time, and this is actually probably a better one. Let's say I'm at a convention, and there's a company that absolutely knows that I'm their competition, or I'm their rival, or they don't like me, or whatever. Those people I will specifically seek out to go and hang out with and befriend so that I can get information from them. I will purposely talk to them. I'll make friends with their lower level people first, like their engineers, developers. We'll just talk, talk shop because they don't have any care about the business. They want to talk tech, and I can talk tech. Talk tech all day. So I'll talk tech with them, and then they introduce me to the higher ups, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this guy's cool. Oh, this guy's cool. All of a sudden their guard gets let down. Move up the chain. Next thing you know, you're talking to founders, you're talking to the VPs, you're talking to the chairman. And at that point, you're already on the inner circle, so then they start telling you stuff too. I mean, corporate espionage is a real thing, people, and most people don't even talk about it. There's no real fancy, sexy movies about corporate spies, but that is a real thing. And I think if anyone out there has an awesome story about them doing some crazy corporate espionage stuff, I'd love to hear it. If you want to be interviewed on this podcast, I know there's all of 5 people that watch it, but I'll get you on. I can AI you out just like I do myself, and we can talk some really cool shit. So, or hey, if you do anything that's really fucking crazy and you want to talk, hit me up. Okay, my feet are now on fire. Oh, we're at 3.5. We'll do 4 minutes. We only got 20 seconds left. Let's kind of rough this one out. But yeah, so posing as a spy, getting others to be spies for you, also a really good tactic. I do that a lot with my smaller businesses where I'm not around all the time. So like all my stuff down in Puerto Rico, I have people all over that will get me the information that I need because I'm just not there. And it's I can be friends, but they know very well down there that I am their competition, and they see it that way, and they're a little bit more, you know, tight-lipped. But to each other, we'll go out, get drunk, get high, start telling people all kinds of secrets that they shouldn't, and then they report back to me, and now we know, hey, these guys got these new artists, or hey, you know what, they just spun up a whole new room with 200 lights in it. That kind of information is helpful. So that's really it. So that's the whole law that I got for you. For pose as a friend, work as a spy. It works out really well. I don't do it regularly. I just kind of do it naturally, but it works. So yeah, see you guys around. Later.